Cody in the morning. WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Yeah, it is. It's a Wednesday morning in America's Music City. I'm Charlie Manos. Up early. I mean, you're always up early with the kiddos, but you're not usually functionally working up early because
No.
I hear you all night long driving in.
Yep, that's right.
Lexi Carter, good morning.
Hi.
Looking really nice in the WSM Opry swag
Thank
over there.
you.
Yes.
Yes, it's my favorite new jacket. I wear it everywhere.
That's the I'm a G-man and Willie, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, you have good taste.
Thank you.
Yeah, pricey taste, but good taste. Yes. So,
Isn't that the truth?
Annie Na is where I am at the end of the bowling alley normally. And good morning.
Morning.
And Jeff Roberts is in Master Control making it all happen on Circle Television this morning. We're going to have a lot of fun. Coming up, Drake Milligan, brought to you by our good friends at Assembly Food Hall, our first guest of the morning at 8:15. Got a brand new single, got a brand new record coming out. He's on the Lainey Wilson tour. Can't wait to talk to him about that. He's playing Brooklyn Bowl. He's playing Opry Country Christmas. So many fun things to talk about
All the fun things.
with Drake. Yep. And in the 9 o'clock hour, everybody's giddy because Cam is coming to see us
Love
this morning.
her.
That's been the reaction of everybody I've said. Yeah, Cam's coming. Oh, I love Cam. I love Cam too. I'm a little giddy myself. So, and you are doing entertainment this morning, and we have drama about the Super Bowl halftime show.
That's right,
do
we do.
not?
Yeah. So there's a petition through change.org that is saying that it should be someone more family friendly. And of course, the suggestion is the king of country music, George Strait. I would love that.
I would love George Strait too.
I
Yes.
talked about this on the air last night on the overnight show. It would be amazing if that were the case, but it's just highly unlikely. I mean, they've already picked the guy. It's Bad Bunny. It's, what do they call it? Trip hop? I don't know what that means exactly.
I didn't know that he had a genre.
Yeah, so that's the genre. And I mean, I get it. Like, they pick who they pick, but it hasn't been a country artist in a very, very long time. Can you remember a time that it was a country artist?
Yeah, but it's been a long time.
Right.
There was one in Atlanta, actually the year the Titans made it
so
to the
a long
Super
time
Bowl. So
ago.
it has been. There may have been one since then.
Right.
And there have been a few I really loved. I was very excited when Paul McCartney did it. I was very excited when Tom Petty did it.
Same.
Bruce Springsteen I was very excited for.
Yep.
Jackson's favorite is still the Snoop Dogg Eminem one.
I mean, that one was entertaining. I'll give you that.
Parent of the year for me on that one, I guess. But all right, well, here's the alternative if you don't want to watch him. Go walk the dog.
Right, exactly.
It's 15 minutes of your life.
Right.
How annoyed do you have to be to get this riled up
I
about
think-
15 minutes of your life?
I think the problem is that a lot of people don't even watch the game. They just watch for the commercials and then the
Right.
halftime show.
Yeah. Yep.
And so it's disappointing. But at the same time, just hang out with your friends.
Yeah, just
go grab another drink and some more snacks.
Just eat.
Right.
Yes. Eating is always the Super Bowl alternative. So.
That's right.
All right, we're going to rewind to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. This was such a cool night. We honored Johnny and June not long ago, and John Carter Cash and Anna Christina Cash doing Jackson. That's coming up after Tim and Faith on America's Country Station, WSM. Thanks for getting up with us on this Wednesday morning.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
I'm Charlie Manos. That's Lexi Carter. Annie Nye at Master Control over there behind the board. Jeff Roberts in our true Master Control, making all the things happen, the magic happen on Circle Television. And our Assembly Food Hall guest at 8:15 on a Wednesday morning, Drake Milligan. It's great to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Good morning.
You have got a really festive 2025, or wrapping up our year, right?
Yes, I do.
Got a new single, got a new album coming out. You're doing some headlining shows. We'll talk about one coming up at Brooklyn Bowl.
That's right.
But let's begin with On the Road with Lainey Wilson. That's a pretty cool gig.
It's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
We've done a couple of them so far. We've got quite a few more. We're going out again this weekend with her, Knoxville, which I'm looking forward to, and yeah, Knoxville and Charlotte, I believe. And it's been awesome. The last run, I got to do a hometown show with her, my hometown of Fort Worth at Dickies Arena. And she brought me up to do a song with her, and it was really special night. So.
Did you get a lot of requests for comps on that night?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We didn't make a whole lot of money.
I
but
tell
it was
everybody, I was like, hey, whenever I come around and play Billy Bob's, I can get you as many tickets as you want. But this ain't exactly my show,
Yeah.
We had plenty of guests.
Yeah.
It was a special night.
She's the real deal, isn't she? I just love her as much personally as I do her music. She's just a good human being.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's a normal person.
Yeah.
She just will hang with you, and she's she's a small town girl for sure. So she's the best, but then just a monster of an entertainer too.
Oh yeah.
You know, when she gets on that stage, it's pretty impressive.
And Ernest on that tour as well, right?
Yeah. Well, the first couple of the dates are a Muscadine Bloodline.
Okay.
I think Ernest is I guess is maybe this weekend. And then we're doing some shows with her in Florida that I know that Ernest is on. So looking forward to hanging with Ern.
Yeah. Well, Thompson Bowling, there's like about 10 tickets left. I looked just to see. And
Wow.
Well, because I think, when they eventually figure out where the stage is going to go, they realize, we can actually squeeze a few more seats in this section. So if you want to go, seriously, like 10, I think is what's left. So, but that's going to be fun. That's Friday night. It had to be cool. I mean, obviously you've done a lot of gigs around Dallas-Fort Worth in your life, but what was it like to play the arena? I mean, that had to be cool.
Very cool, and that's a great. It's a fairly new arena, a really great size. I've been to a few shows there, and it's just I love how Fort Worth has done such a great job of building stuff new to look like Fort Worth. You know, it really fits in. They model it after the old Will Rogers Auditorium there, and I just love. I love Fort Worth. And I love that arena. It was just special. It was really special to get to open the night there and then get to hang out and watch a great Lainey Wilson show.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I went to school at the University of Miami, and Miami Fort Lauderdale are often paired as twin cities like that. You hear Miami Fort Lauderdale a lot. Like every TV station is Channel 4 Miami Fort Lauderdale. Minneapolis St. Paul. That's another one that comes to mind. Dallas Fort Worth I think has the most contentious slash though. Yeah, because nobody in Fort Lauderdale hates Miami, and nobody in Miami hates Fort Lauderdale. But I don't sense that most of the people in Fort Worth love Dallas.
Yeah,
I don't want you to alienate half your crowd, but
there's such different cities.
Yeah,
they really are. And that was my first album was called Dallas Fort Worth, and that's where there was two sides of it. The kind of more hip, kind of more modern side, and then the more traditional side was Fort Worth. And they're like that as cities. Dallas is just a big city and really modern and trying to be cool, and Fort Worth really holds true to its roots. Well, the reviews on that record were so good, and I know people loved it here, but were you surprised what a big hit it turned out to be in the UK? Man, they loved you over there. Very surprised. And it continues to grow. And we're going back to C2C in March. We're going to be opening up for Brooks and Dunn over there.
Is so exciting.
It's pretty cool. We're going to be opening up for them at the big C2C festival. So we'll be playing to like a big, probably sold out O2 Arena.
Wow.
Amazing.
Right before Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? I get to watch a Brooks and Dunn. That's the best part about, I think, opening shows is like you get your job done and then
you see a show.
You get to watch a great show because we don't get to do that a lot. I'm on the road on the weekends most of the time, and I don't get to see shows.
There's your work perk.
Yeah.
You get to see concerts too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Have you picked up a thing or two from watching somebody work a crowd of 18, 20,000 people?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, last year we were on the road with Cody Johnson, who's a great entertainer too. We played a show with Blake Shelton this year. Been on the road with Luke Bryan. You've definitely picked up some Luke Bryan moves.
You've got the full spectrum right there, right? So
it's cool. I'm just such a study, anyways. I'm
Right.
kind of naturally, and it's just nice to just be inspired. To watch somebody like Luke. He's so just natural on stage. I mean, he's a goofy guy, anyways. But it's fun to watch him be so natural and so free up on stage. It's fun to watch that, and then you watch somebody like Lainey. And Cody too are just great entertainers and put on a great show. They really work the stage and get everybody into it.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw too. But you have just surrounded yourself with like great people too, not just great entertainers, just good people, and that's sometimes that's not the case in this business, and you probably well know that better than I do. But but everybody you just named, they're all different, but they're all just great human beings.
They are great. Yeah, they are great, and it's nice to see like at a big level like that. It makes you really want to work and get to a big level like that, so you can treat people the way that they treat people, which is really well.
Yeah,
and it makes a difference.
So when someone recognizes you, do you tend to get America's Got Talent as the main thing? Do you tend to get Idol because that was maybe the first? Do you get Sun Records when you were Elvis? What's the most common thing?
Probably America's Got Talent.
Okay.
Yeah. And every now and then somebody'll do Sun Records. Somebody will be like, "Man, I watched that show." Yeah, most of it's been America's Got Talent, and they're like, I voted for you, you should have won, but it's
when they take the time to vote, that they care, right?
Yeah.
They're invested, so that's why you get those comments.
exactly, but it's fun. I get it a lot more. Nowadays, I get a lot in the UK now. A lot of people that see me over there at C2C Festival or whatever it is.
Yeah. Everybody says, and I have not been, but everybody says, not only do they love country music, but they love songs. They love songwriters. They love listening to the lyrics. They'll get rowdy, but when it's time to listen, they listen too.
They do. They absolutely do, and they love the more traditional side of country music, which I love too. They love early rock and roll, which I love. Elvis, Roy Orbison, and that kind of thing, and they really do listen, and if they like an artist, they will move their schedule to come see them if that artist is taking the time to come over there. They're going to make sure they go to that show, and they're going to make sure that they know every song in their catalog. So it's special.
Well, you got a lot of cool gigs coming up. We talked about Friday night at Thompson Bowling with Lainey Wilson. November 11th, headlining Brooklyn Bowl, and that's just a few days after the record comes out. So that's kind of like a Nashville record release show.
That's right.
You're back on the Opry stage for Opry Country Christmas on December 4th. It's funny, you mentioned loving Elvis and Roy Orbison, and I don't know if you've ever had a chance to sit down and just pick Larry Gatlin's brain on stuff. But, not only did he write all 30 of those monster Gatlin Brothers songs, but Elvis covered his songs. Roy Orbison covered his songs. I mean, that was the first person I thought of when you said Roy Orbison and Elvis is Larry Gatlin, So it's pretty incredible. But the new record's called Tumbleweed. It is out November the 7th, and we are going to play the new single, Old Flames, Old Whiskey. I love this song, but for folks who haven't heard it yet, give them a little preview of it, and then we'll play it.
Well, this was a song, I've been hanging on to this song for years. Jim Beavers actually sent me this, a work tape of this song years ago, probably before my first record.
Oh, wow.
Even. And I just kind of held on to it the whole time because it just sounds like one of those classic kind of honky-tonking kind of things, that I love about, bands like Brooks and Dunn or Alan Jackson or something like that. It's just kind of rowdy, honky-tonking, but it's also got kind of a sad lyric, which is, I love a happy melody and a sad lyric. I think that's one of my favorite things about country music is you're allowed to do that.
Right.
But I love this song, and yeah, I think we made a great record of it. Old Flames, Old Whiskey, just don't get along.
All the feelings this morning, happy and sad. Drake Milligan's our guest. This is brand new music.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
It's 8:30 here in Nashville, Tennessee, and our guest, brought to you by our good friends at Assembly Food Hall, is Drake Milligan. New single we just featured is Old Flames, Old Whiskey. The new album is called Tumbleweed, and that is out on November the 7th. If you go to drewmilligan.com, Drake Milligan. I need another cup of coffee. DrakeMilligan.com. Did I say Drew every single time?
No.
Just the one.
Just
all right, I feel a little bit better. All right, we're going to edit that out when we play this on the radio. DrakeMilligan.com. You can pre-save and pre-add that as well, and then. We mentioned some of the cool gigs, but a headlining gig in Nashville at Brooklyn Bowl, which is a really great venue.
It really is.
Yeah.
Really is. And we're planning some special stuff for that night. It'll be really our album release party. So everybody come on out. We're gonna have. I'm inviting all my friends. You never know who's gonna show up in Nashville. So
Yeah.
we're trying to plan a special night for that.
How long have you officially been a Middle Tennessean now?
I've been in town about 8 years.
Okay.
And I'm still very much a Texan. But I kind of split my time mostly, but I do have a place here and spend most of my time here in Nashville.
Well, as you know as well as anybody, I mean, you could literally have a wonderful career and virtually never leave the state. It's so big, and there's such a when a state has its own chart, there's no Rhode Island music chart that anybody cares about, right? But if you got a #1 hit on a Texas chart, that's a pretty big song, right?
Exactly.
So I could definitely see that. But that'll be November 11th at Brooklyn Bowl. And I mentioned Opry Country Christmas coming up December 4th. I just love those shows. But take me back. Well, we're at the 3-year anniversary, because it would have been October of 2022, the very first time you played the Grand Ole Opry.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. The debut kind of flew by, right? It's so for somebody like me who's got such reverence for the Opry and everything it kind of stands for. I I was so scared and and I had I had all my family and everybody, and then you're doing interviews, and then it's like, okay, it's time to play, and you're out there and you're like,
and it's 3 songs and it flies by.
It flies
like
by.
A blink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so the Country Christmas will be the Opry Christmas will be my 10th appearance at the Opry.
Oh.
Does it get easier, or you still feel those feelings?
You feel a little bit of it, but it's so nice. Like I always say, like being able to go back and having the Opry staff recognize me and like becoming friends with everybody there.
It feels like coming home.
Getting to see some legends backstage. Yeah, it does. It's really cool to kind of slowly becoming a part of that family. And that's been the most special thing to me about the Opry. Yes, the debut was very special, but it kind of flew by, and I can't hardly remember anything from that night. I was so scared.
Well, the key is being invited back.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Like, and so 10 times, that's great.
The second time is just as cool because it's like, oh, the first one must have went pretty well because I'm back for a second. So I won't spoil it fully, but you get a little gift from Opry Dan Rogers for your 10th appearance.
Really?
I won't say it. Just say it. Yeah.
Oh, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be very fun. So, but everybody always says there is a great family atmosphere there, and the fact that most people leave their dressing room doors open, and everybody seems so welcoming. When a guy like Vince Gill is there, he'll show up for the entire show, even though he's closing, and watch everybody. Yeah. I can't tell you how many artists who've made their debut, and he's there when they come off, letting them know what a great job they did.
Yeah,
so,
Vince listens to the Opry every night too. By the way,
yeah.
If he's not there, he's listening to it. He was I played this past Friday, and Vince Gill was there, and Kevin Bacon was there.
I know. I was there too.
Bacon Brothers.
The
Bacon
Brothers were there.
Yeah.
And they were wonderful, and I got to meet Kevin. He was super nice, and you just never know who you're going to see.
Yeah. Well, I say it at the podium every night, but whether you're there for the first time or the 100th time,
it's never the same.
Every show is live, so something cool happens every single night. So that's the beauty, and I'm glad you feel that as an artist as well.
Yeah.
So, well, we'd love for you to do one live this morning.
Come on.
Yeah.
So I want to play you the title track from my album Tumbleweed. This song is out. It came out a few weeks ago. Actually, I got to play this for the first time on the Opry the other night, and a couple of the songwriters. The song was written by Cam Newby, Ian Christian, and Bobby Pinson. And Cam and Ian got to come out, and Cam was he told me, man, this is my first time of ever hearing one of my songs on the Opry. It was a special night. And it's cool to be a part of that. That's what I moved to Nashville to be a part of, is that songwriting community and be a champion for songwriters. So here's Tumbleweed.
Now, that would have been impressive at 8:37 p.m., but that is mind-blowingly good at 8:37 a.m. Drake Milligan and the title track live in studio at our Assembly Food Hall desk with his new song, Tumbleweed. Man, there are 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. songs, and often they're not the same song. So
that's true. I had to get up a little extra early this morning to make sure I was warmed up.
Yeah.
All right. And before we wrap up, I don't want to run out of time. We got to talk a little Elvis because we do it every time Drake is here.
Of course.
But Baz Luhrmann got the new movie coming out. I think it's going to hit theaters sometime in 2026. Lexi, do you know about this?
Yes.
All right. It's called Epic. Elvis Presley in concert.
Wow.
I can't believe that the 60 hours of footage in an underground vault that he found.
I guess so. And apparently a lot of it is from that's the way it is.
Right. Yeah. And some of the on tour, I think from 72 a little bit too.
Yeah. Which is, arguably Elvis at his best.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful. Yeah. Like, that makes me really excited, right?
Well, he never looked better than that's the way it is.
Oh yeah,
it was just.
And had such a powerful voice already, but people don't realize how long Elvis went without performing. I don't think people talk about that enough. From '58 when he went in the Army, he did like one benefit concert in Pearl Harbor.
Yep, 61. I think
61, and then didn't play a live show until 68.
Yep.
And really 69.
Decade.
Yeah, because 68 was just
a whole 10 years.
The TV special. Yeah.
Think about that. That's a guy in the prime of his, kind of life, really.
Yeah.
It's like he was in his, 20s and 30s right there, and it's like, man, imagine all those great shows you could have. But imagine the pent up energy, and I think you saw that whenever he came out. In 69 and had the residency, and then you see that, and that's the way it is. You see, and I think you get that energy. He was he had that pent up kind of energy that had to let loose, man.
Yeah,
it was like a tiger getting out of a cage.
Because you didn't see it in Harem Scarum or it happened at the World's Fair. Man, there were a few Elvis movies I really like, but
there's some great ones. But as far as a live show, Elvis was one of the greatest entertainers of all time. And to think he didn't play a show for 10 years, really in the prime of what could have been the prime of his career.
My favorite Bill Anderson song, and it's hard to narrow down because Bill has so many great ones, but my favorite is oh Lord,
Double S.
No, we're going deep catalog. It has the great line in it where I wish I'd seen Elvis.
I've done a lot of things different.
Yes, and Kenny Chesney had the monster.
Dean Dillon wrote
he's
that
going to
song,
wear me out for not thinking of the title of that song.
That's a great song.
But he played Providence in the spring of '77, and it sold out just like that. And I remember Mom telling me we'll see him next time, and there was no next time. So I wish I'd seen Elvis that time he came to town.
Wow.
So, Drake, never enough time. Great to see you, my friend.
Thank y'all.
The new album, Tumbleweed, out November 7th. CD release show, Brooklyn Bowl, November the 11th. Catch him on the road with Lady Wilson Friday night, Thompson Bowling Arena. Oh, indeed. That is Ernest from the stage at the Grand Ole Opry. Boy, he is truly one of my favorite songwriters and singers. And I love his stuff, but I love the fact that he can just go back in the country music canon and not just pull out a big hit like that one from the Christopherson catalog, but he can do obscure Merle Haggard and man, he is the real deal. And he's on that Lainey Wilson tour that we just talked about with Drake Milligan.
He's incredible.
Yep, and doing back-to-back headlining nights at the Ryman. I want to say November 4th and 5th.
That might be a show to see.
That
Ryman. What If I Could that he does with Lainey Wilson is just such an old-timey country song. I love how the new artists have that love for that music and have been releasing songs like that, even like Ella Langley and Riley Green. So good.
Yeah, he's an old soul. Yeah, he really is. So Lexi Carter, by the way, Annie Nye, Jeff Roberts in Master Control. Yeah, you got the early call this morning.
I did.
Because Kelly Sutton got the late call last night.
Right. Amazon took over the Opry stage.
Yep. It was cool to watch on Prime Video. I got to admit, it really was. And Lauren Elena was just giddy opening the Opry for the very first time.
Yeah.
She has closed the show,
but she's
never opened the show. So she said she loved being behind the curtain and she goes
watching it go up.
The great reveal.
Yeah.
She goes so. But we're talking Super Bowl to start things off this morning.
We sure are. So it's crazy. I mean, I was a little disappointed earlier this year when they announced that Bad Bunny would be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. And it's not because I'm not familiar with him, which a lot of people it seems like aren't.
Right.
And he's like trip hop. So we'll just call it hip hop, right? And I'm sure that there's a ton of people who love that type of music, but here at WSM, of course, we would be more excited with something with the country flavor. And there is actually a group of folks online that have sort of championed a petition on change.org to get the king of country music to perform the halftime show.
So at one point I saw the number was about 25,000 people had signed this thing.
Right.
I'm sure it's grown since I saw it.
And maybe after we talk about it, it'll grow some more. Who knows, right?
Right.
But I did a little Google because I was curious to see who the last country artist to perform on the Super Bowl was. And in 2003, Shania Twain was a special guest on the halftime show with No Doubt and Sting. So she didn't get to headline it.
Okay.
In 1994, it was the Judds, Clint Black, Tanya Tucker, and Travis Tritt.
That was Atlanta? No, that's the Titans Super Bowl year. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like,
so 31 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, all of those people could still play it. Why can't we just do a little retro vibe?
We could.
We sure could.
I think Garth has done the anthem.
Okay.
Eric Church has certainly done the anthem in recent years.
I mean, Garth Brooks would be a great pick, right? Because he's got so many hits and he puts on such a show.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone's talking about Taylor Swift doing it. And it's not the right time, I guess, because she would get a lot of haters, I suppose. But gosh, she would be a great pick too. And it's so interesting to me that they went with Bad Bunny and not.
I do think that Bad Bunny, I was Googling some stuff because I was wondering, and he is the first Spanish language artist because I know he has a lot of Spanish music. I don't know what you guys know about Bad Bunny.
Right.
But so I was wondering, has there ever been a Spanish performance for the Super Bowl halftime show? And the answer is no.
No.
So
Okay,
that's pretty cool. He's the first male Latin artist.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's exciting and cool. I mean, George Strait, maybe next year.
From Puerto Rico, right?
Yes.
If I remember correctly. Bad Bunny? Yeah.
And George Strait just popped up in Nashville the other night for the Country Music Hall of Fame induction, didn't he? And perform?
Yeah.
So that's pretty
He
cool.
was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that would be quite the jump, right?
Yes.
From
Listen, country music, I feel like we're taking a big swing back into the music world as of recent. Country music's making a comeback for sure. Let's not be selfish. Maybe Bad Bunny will invite George Strait.
okay, Annie.
Yeah.
I get your point.
I just say, in a time where everybody gets annoyed about everything, you know, I literally have 6,000 alternate halftime shows on Netflix, and
Sure.
I could find something to do for 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I know, it's true.
They're just
I guess
So you're
everybody
gonna
just
turn it
wants
off.
something to be excited about. And, you know, if you're not watching the game for the game, you're watching it for the commercials in the Super Bowl or the halftime show, I mean. So,
then the pizza and beverages.
yeah,
Come on now.
I'm there for the party, not for the game.
Right.
Wait,
All right.
dare I challenge you guys to watch Bad Bunny's halftime show and see if maybe he's
I'm
someone
gonna
that you now enjoy?
Oh, no, I'm going to watch it. I've actually delved into his music. I looked at trying to buy some vinyl because, you know, I'm a huge vinyl guy.
Yeah.
They're crazy expensive. Like, you can't get one under like $70 because apparently they weren't like big releases at the time. So
Interesting.
not going to add that to my collection at that price.
I'll watch
but
it, Annie, just
anyway,
for you.
so,
And we
yeah.
can talk about it after.
More coffee, country, and Cody is on WSM.
Welcome in, everybody, and very excited to visit with Cam. Our guest brought to you by our good friends at Assembly Food Hall this morning. The Slowdown Tour coming to Ryman Auditorium Sunday night, and the new album, All Things Light, out now. It's been way too long since we have had you in studio.
Yes, I know, this is beautiful.
Yeah, this is your first time in our new
Yes,
home.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you were a frequent visitor through the years at the hotel.
Yes, yeah.
For anybody who's ever played the Opry House, I say this is a much easier place to find, because one wrong turn
Yes, that's very true.
at the hotel and you got your
end up
cardio
in-
done for the day.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which-
you end up on the other side of the hotel
Right.
and have to jog across.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to have people FaceTime me and like, okay, FaceTime me so I can figure out
See
where
where
you
you
are
are.
and I can get you to
See,
where you need to be.
We love hanging out at Opryland, and we have like it's almost like a drinks route that we take. We hit the different spots.
Uh-huh.
You know, you can have your drink at each of the different spots, and it's a fun. Kids and adults can have a good time bopping around that place. But yeah, it's huge.
When I first moved to town and I was looking for things to do, I can't tell you how many people said go to the Opryland Hotel, and I'm like,
And just walk around.
I don't,
Yeah.
a hotel. Okay, fine. And then once I got there, I'm like, oh, well, I get
Yeah.
it now.
No,
you
it's
know,
a
I
whole
understand.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
I just hope that one day they're able to put like slot machines in there or something, because I walk
Ooh.
around there and it feels like a casino to me, because I
Yeah.
grew up in New Jersey and we always went to Atlantic City, even as kids, and just walked around. We weren't allowed to go on the casino floor, but the resort feel and a casino, like they go hand in hand to me, and that
Yeah.
would be so fun. Like put
Oh my
some slot
gosh.
machines in.
I feel that. It kind of feels also like they're prepping for like whenever the apocalypse comes, they can still like survive, like all the plants and everything inside
Yes.
Opryland. And maybe
and
that's where we go.
the like the open skylights or whatever. You're like, okay, we'll be safe in here.
So this, I tell this story every time I have to like stall for a long time at the podium, but
Now we know.
it's a very true story though. During 2020, the government considered radio people essential personnel, right?
yeah,
So
okay.
we kept going into work, and we were obviously still at the hotel. And there was a time that Bill Cody and Megan Alexander, our entertainment reporter at the time, and then Kelly Sutton would be zooming in. So, but I ran the board, so I physically had to be there. And the hotel shut down for 4 months. So there's 2,800 rooms empty, and there's me. And my and I
See you and swimming in that river.
well, I tell people, the Delta, I could have. Yeah.
I would have loved that.
But it was crazy because the vegetation that is usually so perfectly trimmed started taking over a little
No
bit. So
way.
you would walk on the atriums and like the trees would be leaning
I
over.
want to watch this TV show.
Oh, it was crazy. Well, my joke is, and then I say, you ever
Charlie
seen-
living in the hotel room.
You ever seen The Shining? And I'm like,
Yes.
exactly. I felt like Jack Nicholson. I felt like it was a Stephen King movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it really
That's
was.
darker than I thought
It
it was
really
gonna
was.
be.
Yeah. Well,
a little surreal.
thank you. That's what I bring to the table.
So
I'm
there was
darker than
really
you.
no one there except for you,
Like 4 security people. Wow. Yeah.
and they were only doing security. They weren't doing any maintenance.
No,
clearly.
they were not doing horticulture. Trust me, horticulture was on a break. Yeah. So, but
Wow.
everything survived. So, but
Yeah.
well, I tell you what, you are wrapping up 2025 in quite a fine fashion. Got a wonderful new album out that came out a few months ago. The tour kicked off just a couple of nights ago at the incredible Gramercy Theater in New York. Tell me about that place, because it goes back to the 1930s.
Yeah, it feels like it. But it feels like it in a good way. Sometimes the old buildings are like, okay,
right,
you took the historic a little too far. But no, it's a beautiful place. Beautiful. It's even beautiful backstage, and it feels special. It feels intimate, but still big. And it's like, it's been gorgeous too, because I've brought this. It's a very artsy album, in my opinion. It's very intentional. It's very emotional. And so to bring like to the stage, I've got this prop that I've never done something like this, where I just made one ginormous prop. This amazing gal named Mary Violet built this for me. My sister had been seeing this symbol everywhere of this white egret. The egrets have been showing up, and like our family's been going through like a pretty intense time, and this egret showed up, and it was like every time it showed up, it felt like a symbol that something was going to go well. You know, there was like a new chapter coming. And
like he was intentional. He was there for a reason.
Yes.
To give you hope. Yeah.
A harbinger of good tidings. And so now I have built a white egret to come with me on this tour. I was like, I need this egret to be there.
Oh, that is so great.
So it comes with me everywhere. So it was on stage for the first time at Gramercy Theater, and it was just beautiful. And I'm so excited to bring it to the Ryman too.
Wow. So and you know, there are fans there maybe seeing you for the first time, some people, but there have been fans who've been with you for the whole ride.
Oh yeah.
And you know they're going to sing along with the old stuff.
Oh yes.
But it's really rewarding when they sing along with the new stuff.
Honestly,
right?
This is how I felt. It's because you promote a record and you're like, okay, I've lived with it for so long, and then you get used to playing it for people when it's their first time hearing it, and then just the other night in New York, it was like, oh my gosh, this is totally theirs now. Like they're like, it don't sound like Hallelujah anymore, and they're like, it's like it doesn't for them, and they're just, it was so cool to see them sing it. And then I mean, clearly they'd been around for a while too, because then I'd flip back. I did kind of like a surprise throwback to one of the songs off the original first album, which I was like, will they, won't they? Oh, they knew it. Yeah, so it was a great crowd. Great crowd.
Wow. Let's talk about the new album. It's called All Things Light. You recorded it out in California, because you are a California native, although you're past the decade point now as a Middle Tennessean.
I know. I might be more Tennessean at this point. We did a few things in Memphis, and then the rest was over at Studio 3 in East West, which is where they did Pet Sounds, Beach Boys, and Mamas and Papas. Yeah. So you walk into that room, talk about another historic building, and you kind of feel the ghosts, you know, which all the Opry and Ryman fans are, you know, familiar with that.
Yeah.
So there's a smell to it, you know, where you're like, ooh, there's something going on here. And it kind of, I felt like it bled into what we were doing in the album, and it feels vibey. The whole album has like I didn't grow up with a religion, and during COVID, like we were talking about, the loneliness of COVID, and I was a new mother, so I was double lonely, and it was a time that I needed to like hold on to something foundational, and I didn't have that for myself. So I built it in these songs in a way where I wanted to have something that, like, not the answers, but something that you could lean on in a difficult moment, something that felt a little bit more spiritual. And that's what these songs are. They're for me, for my daughter when she's going to hit a rough time, and for anyone who needs it, you know, going through a tough time as well.
Wow. Lucy is almost 6, if my math is right.
Wow.
Coming a birthday
in December.
Yeah, like a month or two away. Wow. Now this is hard to tell with this face, okay, but I had my son at 49, okay, which felt good, because 50, I think I would have given up the will to live at that point. But 49, I was like, I can still do this.
Still in my 40s.
Oh my gosh.
So he's 12 now, right? But I describe it as like really fast years with some really long days.
I
you know. Well, Lexi has 2 boys,
Yep.
so yeah.
That 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. stretch is
That
like,
is the
Oh.
witching
Yeah.
hours. Yes.
But then all of a sudden I'll get like, especially on your phone, it's so rude. It's like, surprise, last year she looked like this. You're like, no.
Oh, yeah.
How? The legs were so short.
Yeah.
I just love after they fall asleep how calm and peaceful
I
and
know.
sweet they look.
And you're like, I want you to be up, but not really.
But not
I
really.
want you to be up. Yeah.
I love you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. If you could just swaddle them till they're 18.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
That really is like the way to do it. I think.
Jump off the back of the couch. That'd be great.
Right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we mentioned recording at East West and how historic that place is. Especially with an artist I love, the first time I hear a record, I really like to take the time and make the time to listen start to finish, right? Because there's a reason why you put this song first or this ends the album. And it not with all artists, because some artists, it doesn't tell a story. But I think...
I do.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a reward to listening that way. So how in depth do you get sequencing?
It was hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard. And I didn't think it would be, because I felt like thematically they all went together. But then putting it took a lot of tries. And in the end, I just felt like the beginning, Turns Out That I Am God, being like the thesis statement, and having like the first line being like, I was busy waiting for someone to live my life. And then the last line of the last song, which is We Always Do, which is like this radical optimism. We'll think of something we always do. The last line of that song is try. And so for it to be like, go through the hills and valleys and the deserts and how difficult it is, and then finally at the end it's like, just try.
Yeah, it's the perfect close. It leaves you on such a good note.
Yeah,
you know.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to feature not just the song but the video for Everblue. Tell folks about that.
Everblue, I mean, this song is like, I just live for sad songs. If you don't know me, that's kind of my thing. And there's a line in this that I love so much. I'm all done chasing what wasn't meant for me. Yeah.
Let's watch.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Welcome back, everybody. Charlie Manos, Lexi Carter, Annie Nye, Jeff Roberts is in Master Control, and Cam, our guest this morning, brought to you by our good friends at Assembly Food Hall, the Ryman Auditorium, the Slow Down Tour. I love the name of the tour, by the way. Often people will name it after the album title, but I think we all need to breathe a little.
We
do,
and that is the whole intention of it. That song, I'll play it for you guys here in a second, but that song is like, it's wild. I'll see people even tear up, because I think you don't get a lot of permission very often to just like take a breath. You can just exist. Your worth isn't your hustle. Your worth is you just being you. And so even at the beginning of the show, I make everybody breathe.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and the Ryman is such a perfect venue, I think, because it's big enough that at almost 2,400 seats, I mean, it's a big enough place, and then it still feels like they're right on top of you, doesn't it?
You can see everybody. You can see their eyes, which I don't know if people realize this. If you pick your nose, I can see you. Like I really know. But it is amazing, because then you can watch when you're singing something that is emotional, which most of the things I'm singing are, and you're getting something like
an emotional response. You can see it.
Yeah, and it's so funny, because we don't even realize our faces are doing it sometimes, but you are doing it, and it like totally gels the moment together, where you're like, oh yeah, we're all feeling the exact same thing right now.
It's so funny you said that, because only one time in my life have I been in the front row. Now, I've been in like a pit where you can stand and get really close, and I've been up, but I don't count that really. I mean, like truly seated in the front row. And it was for Bonnie Raitt with Lyle Lovett opening.
Oh my gosh.
And I felt so uncomfortable the whole night, just knowing that they could see me the whole time. And like I had worked the morning, and I had to work the next morning, and I'm like getting really tired. I'm like praying. No, I didn't. But I think the one time I did, I went, I did not enjoy that experience. So
to be fair, I think at least for me, I generally look back. I don't look straight at the front row too often.
Okay.
Because it is a lot doing the direct. I think it's more uncomfortable for them than it is for me. Straight in the eye. I try and look up a little bit. The only thing that throws me sometimes is when somebody needs to go to the bathroom, which I totally understand. Right mid song, and you're like, oh, that feels like a gut punch, but you know they just got to pee.
Right.
Vince Gill, Friday night at the Opry with Saturday night. He brought out Patty Loveless, and they did one song, and they're going to do Go Rest High.
Oh my gosh.
And these two people get up from the front, and he literally goes, hey, we ain't done here. That's all right. Get the hell out of here. We don't need you anyway. And then it was so great. So he kind of said what everybody has wanted to say.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And you hate doing it when you really have to sneak out,
right.
but it's what it is.
Right. Well, we would love to do one live for you.
Yes. Can we sing Slow Down?
Yes.
Slow
Would you
Down?
like to introduce your band this morning?
Yes. A full band of Simon Martinson Yeah. And Simon and I actually wrote this song together, produced this song together. This project we did right before this one was Cowboy Carter. We both worked on a song for Cowboy Carter for Beyonce together.
By the way, Grammy Award winner.
Yeah,
That's
I have
that's
a statue,
pretty cool.
Statue with my name and Beyonce's name next to each other. Isn't that
That's
pretty
surreal,
cool?
huh?
Yeah.
It is totally surreal.
Yeah, it's the coolest award. Just looking, I think it's
Yeah.
just it's such a piece of art.
Oh yeah, an album of the year, not bad. I think I may have peaked.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a reminder for you this morning, however caffeinated you might be, that you can take a breath. You don't have to hustle so hard. This is slow down. Slow down.
Oh, so good. So I had read the credits before listening to the album, so I knew that was an original. But if you had told me it was a Billie
Right?
Holiday
Oh, yeah.
B-side from like
thank you.
1949, I would have believed it as well.
That was the intent,
Yeah.
to make it feel like something that was old and that was being passed down. It was like, it was rote. It was knowledge we all should know and
Yeah.
have. But then it's something that's very applicable to right now.
Oh, yeah. And that stuff is still taught, like the Billie Holiday, Nina Simone, Ella Fitzgerald,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff is
Will
still
live forever.
Sinatra is
no
so
one can do
timeless.
it better. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we got time if you want to do one more.
Yeah,
we would
I
love
mean,
that.
is it all right to do Burning House?
I'd almost be
Yeah.
sad if you did not.
Yeah, okay,
So,
good.
Yeah. I'm assuming this has been in every set list for a decade, right?
Yes.
I mean, you can't not do it.
No, I can't not do it, but also I am so grateful that I love to do it. I absolutely I love talking. I tell the story. I love singing it. I love seeing people's faces while I sing it. Like, I think that would be the cruelest type of success, to win big on something you don't enjoy.
Yeah.
I heard an interview once with Rod Stewart, and they asked him, "How many times have you played Maggie May, and do you ever get tired of it?" And he goes, "No,
good.
I love that song."
I thought you were about to say the
No.
opposite.
No. He goes, "I love that song. I love singing it every night, and it
Yeah.
also allows me to sing anything else I want to sing."
Hey,
And I thought, boy, that's
hey.
the winning lottery ticket right there, right?
That is-
Yeah.
I hadn't quite thought about that part, but that's totally
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, Burning House.
Yeah, this is one of those special mornings where I never take for granted what I get to do for a living, but this is extra cool this morning. Cam in studio with us. So I don't know how many thousands of times you have sung that song live and how many millions of times it has been played on the radio. Probably both of those numbers are pretty accurate.
We just found out it's 4 times platinum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. But it has also popped up on American Idol. It has popped
Yeah.
up on The
Yes.
Voice. And I was telling you just a few months ago, Cameron Marlowe, ironically, Cam is
Yes.
a
It's
fellow
deep in our
Cameron,
Cam
a fellow
bones.
Cameron, doing it from a guy, and it works both
Yeah,
ways. It's
yeah.
that's when you can tell something's really special, I think. So, well,
Yeah. Turns out we're all heartbroken.
yeah, this is
Right?
true. At some point, you got it. So
I had it. There was a girl. I don't know if we have enough time.
No,
but
go ahead.
There was a girl who came up to me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I've been having the exact same dream," because it was from a real dream that I had about someone in a burning house. And she goes, "I've been going to therapy for it." And I go, "Oh my God, save me the money and tell me what they told you." And she goes, "It means there's something in your life, either in your past or in someone else, you cannot fix it, and you have to come to terms with it." And I was like, I love that you said that, because you get it. And that's the underlying thing that everybody has a different story, but they all connect to it in that way for that song.
Wow.
Yeah.
well, you can connect in person Sunday night,
Yeah.
Ryman Auditorium. For everything Cam, camcountry.com. It's so great to see you.
So good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me this morning.
You got it. Sunday night at the Ryder with Cam.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, it has been a fun Wednesday morning here in America's Music City. Big thank you to Cam and Drake Milligan, our guests from friends at Assembly Food Hall this morning. And Lainey Wilson wrapped up a really special Opry show last night, and she is everywhere. Lexi?
She sure is. In the news. I mean, I feel like we've been talking about her nonstop since she became an Opry member. And I mean, we're just so proud to have her as part of our family because she's doing so many cool things. And so she's in a movie, of course. It's called Reminders of Him, and they just released the trailer. She pops up in the trailer. You can hear her say a line, and she's got that Louisiana accent, but it's a little subdued. And then she looks totally different because she is not wearing a cowboy hat. Now, I know she exists without one, but even when she was in Yellowstone, she was like the Lainey Wilson we all know and love, right?
Yes.
In that what she wears all the time. But yeah, so I can't wait to see the movie. It's an adaptation of the Colleen Hoover book, of course, so us ladies love those. And it should be great. So love Lainey, and I can't wait to see what she does next. She just loves to be busy, it seems.
Yeah, and she's on like such a winning streak because everything she has done has been fantastic. Right. So I had no doubt that she'll be really good at this as well. So.
And maybe one day she'll even be in the Country Music Hall of Fame. I was so thrilled that Kenny Chesney was inducted this year. I grew up going to Kenny Chesney concerts. It was never summer until we went to see Kenny Chesney, even if he played at the end of summer, like
it's still,
in August.
It kind of put the seal on it, right? And did you ever see him live, Annie? Kenny?
I have never seen Kenny Chesney live. No.
So let's go to the Sphere in Vegas. I hear it's expensive.
I was going to say, that sounds out of my budget for sure.
He'll be back in January for 6 more nights at the Sphere. And one of our coworkers did go and said he spent the money. It was a mortgage payment, but it was so worth it.
Oh, that was me in the Eras Tour.
Right, exactly.
Orleans.
So,
I spent several mortgage payments.
There's always ways to justify it.
Oh, yeah. I saw, somebody had everybody has great cell phone footage, right? But somebody posted the opening because Beer in Mexico is still the opener, right, at the Sphere.
Yep.
But the crazy graphics that truly envelop the whole place. I mean, I like sitting close to the stage.
Sure.
But I would almost rather be far back to take it all in that place because it's just so all encompassing. But it's a crazy
Talk
opening
about
to Beer in
immersive,
Mexico.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and of course, Vince is still spending a lot of time out there with the Eagles. And
John Mayer was touring with the Dead, the Grateful Dead, of course, and he said that he wasn't able to play in the Sphere. They had to build him a room backstage. And
Are you serious?
Yeah, because he got such bad vertigo and started feeling really weird because of the way it feels. Yeah. So he wasn't on stage at the Sphere. He was in a back room and they just showed him by video.
Oh, that's what I asked Vince one time. I said, do you ever turn around and look? And he goes, seldom. I fall down if I do. So,
right. So yeah.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Wednesday. Tomorrow, Creed Fisher's coming by. Excited to debut new music from him. We'll rewind to the stage of the Opry from tonight's show. Dustin Lynch, T. Graham Brown, Charlie McCoy, Rhonda Vincent are your Opry stars tonight, 7 o'clock. I'll see you there.